All right, we back? I think we're back here. So, had to, out of, I guess just discomfort, decided to restart the stream. So, yeah, there was something on my computer that I did not want to have kind of easily accessible on the internet. So, all right, let me go ahead and get back to the problem. So I'll read the question again. And I already have some code here because I was kind of tinkering, but I'm spending quite a bit of time debugging. So unfortunately, we had already spent like 30 some odd minutes. This video might be a little bit shorter than the other VODs, but that's okay. All right, longest absolute file path. Suppose we have a file system that stores both files and directories. An example of one system is represented in the following picture. Directory, subdirectory 1, file 1 extension, subdirectory 1, subdirectory 2, subdirectory 2, file 2 extension. Have directory is the only directory in the root. Directory contains two subdirectories, subdirectory 1 and subdirectory 2. Subdirectory 1 contains a file, file1.ext, and subdirectory 1, subdirectory 2 contains a subdirectory, subdirectory 2, which contains a file2.extension. In text form, looks like this, with the arrow representing the tab character. So I got a picture. We write this representation code. It looks like the string. Note that the new line and new tab are the new line and tab characters. Every file and directory has a unique absolute path in the file system, which is the order of directories that must be opened to reach the file directory itself, all concatenated by // using the above example. The absolute path to file2.ext is directory subdirectory 2 subdirectory 2 file2.ext. Each directory name consists of letters, digits, and/or spaces. Each file name is of the form name.extension, where name and extension consist of letters, digits, and/or spaces. Given a string input representing the file system in the explained format, return the length of the longest absolute path to a file in the abstracted file system. If there is no file in the system, return 0. All right, and I have some code here to do this, and I'm frustrated because it doesn't do what I was expecting it to do. It's driving me nuts. Yeah. So, all right, we have this new directory string, and we also have another string that's supposed to be SS. Okay. So directory test, and there's around this is another. Yeah, push pop. Also will print what's at the top of the directory. So if there's no test, that means the directories are empty. So directory should be what's on the directory's top. Now test, we have subdirectory 1 and directory. Okay. So this new directory is directory's top. Is directory, right? And then what gets printed here. See, this is really weird. You see, you see this is SS string. We just printed this SS string. This is subdirectory 1, right? This new directory it's not empty. It has a string in it, right? I think like that's super confusing. What is going on? Why is this just these two strings? Why does it feel like this is empty? You know? Like, am I going nuts? Maybe it should be like this. Like, cause this is why I would use a string stream, is so that way I can append things to it easily. However, it seems like it should be not like this, but new directory string concatenated with this other stuff. Like, this will give me the right answer, it seems, but it's also not really why I would use a string stream. Yeah, see, now it's correct, but that's not at all what I was expecting, right? Like, that is extremely confusing. The whole point of using the string stream is so I can append characters in a way that I think is efficient. Otherwise, no point in using the string stream. Why? You see, because it works for a single character, but for So I guess that's just my knowledge of string streams. That it took me, I don't know how much time I spent, just like the code was correct. Just I didn't understand how this operator works for a string stream. How does it work for a string? No, we want the other one. Okay, output stream, gotcha. Non-member overloads. Output a character using the member function. Overloads 2 through 4. Oh, no kidding. This doesn't really handle strings, does it? What? This should handle strings, though. Why doesn't this handle strings? Eight. I don't get it. Null terminated character type string? Okay. So let's just say its string stream is really confusing. Basically. Basically, string stream is really confusing if you're dealing with other strings. I don't really know. I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. That is confusing. Anyway, we'll just leave it. We'll just say, yeah, it gets really confusing when you're dealing with string streams and strings, because this is kind of special. Why not, man? Okay. Whoops. I was trying something like this. Thinking that's all I had to do. I'd be in good shape if I did that. But not true. How about try the other test cases before we submit this? So this has got to be the, oh, whoa. No kidding. Runtime error. Really? Okay. Why? Why? Where is this? What? What is happening? What do you mean? What are you talking about? How? Why? What? Character 14, line 171. Misaligned address? No pointer points here? What is going on here? What are you talking about? Why is this runtime error happening? Not a clue why that could be happening. I don't think that should matter. What is going on? Yeah, I do not think that should matter. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Oh no, it works. I mean, it's wrong, but it doesn't give us... Oh, so it's the other one that gives us problems. Wonder why that is. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Huh. No kidding. Oh, interesting. So there's the root directory. Oh, okay. Neat. There's a few things to consider here. If they're not files, then we don't want to perform this check. So if it's a file, and we check it's a file, if there's got to be at least some dot somewhere there. Yeah. You know what we can do? Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. We'll just do it this way. What is going on here? I think it's -1. Okay. So what's interesting here is directories empty. Actually, he wouldn't push the directory. Yeah. Would not update the tab count, would not push the directory, I think, if it's a file. Yeah, this is only if it's a file. The behavior kind of changes depending on whether it's a file. So we would say something like the following. So previous tab count should stay the same. So if it's a file, we're not going to push this. Yeah. Right. So okay. So don't push this if it's a file. Don't update the tab count if it's a file. Either case, though, we are going to reset the tab count to 0. Yeah. So we're still, yeah, I think something like that. Something like that works properly. Okay. All right. Sweet. A little confusing. I'm probably failing on like more complicated test cases, but I kind of don't want to keep messing around with this. So yeah, we're looking at like an hour for this question. This took us a while. I don't know if it's correct either. I'm gonna go for it. There's probably some test case that I missed. Yeah, of course. Oh, okay. Wait, really? Okay. There's almost certainly some test case that was missed. Okay. So directory, previous tab count is still 0. Tab count 0. We say we look here. It's not empty. Tab count is 0, 0, 1. Pop this directory. There's nothing there. Okay. That's so confusing. That's the most confusing thing. I was gonna say, actually, yeah. Oh boy. I don't know. Oh, still wrong. Oh, great. That's just the wrong answer. Fantastic. I don't know, man. It's so confusing. This question. It's giving me a headache. Not a headache, but I'm kind of like ready to just go to bed and get it over with here. Gotta be kidding me. So I think I know, right? Like I wasn't expecting. It's so annoying, man. I don't know, dude. Programming questions are the most annoying thing. Really annoying. Because I wasn't expecting that you could either like have a root directory that's not like the directory. Like I'm assuming the input that you always have this directory in the front, right? Because they only give you a few examples, but here you do have a root directory. So I guess you could assume there's no root directory, and that if there's no root directory, that means that there are cases where this thing could just be flat out empty. And then so if it's empty, you just set things up a certain way, I guess. Excuse me. And the worst thing is now we have this very large test case, and Somehow we get the wrong answer. Why? Why? What's happening? Why? Of course. It's off by 4 characters. Who knows why? What? I can't do this by hand, so it's gonna take me a while to figure it out. Could take me a while. What is this thing? What is going on here? This is like, oh, please. Ah! Alright. Excuse me. What do we get? I don't know, man. I'm tired. Failed this question. Failure. Ultimate failure. So subdirectory 1, file extension, directory A, long file, A, file, directory, file. Oh, let me get rid of this stuff. All that noise. Let's try again. Go again. Okay. File, directory. File. Excuse me. And you're telling me that all at the end here, that's where I ran into problems. This is 133, but so annoyed. So annoyed. I am so annoyed. A lot of downvotes. This is really irritating, this question. I want to say this test case is faulty. How many characters are in this file, or in this string? Excuse me, it doesn't say. What if I open up Notepad++? Let's see. What is Notepad++? Notepad++ kind of has like a built-in character count. So all the way at the bottom, length is 130. Okay. And what did they say? They expected 133? 129. What? It's 1, 2. This bottom one is not. It's only 130 characters in there. And you subtract 1 from this guy. They're saying that we're missing 2 characters somehow. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? How did that happen? Alright, we're going to parse this by hand. That's it. That's it. Had enough. Had enough. Okay. New line character. Wait a second, what is this? Oh, it's a tab. Gotcha. New line, tab, tab. New line, tab, tab, tab. New line, tab, tab. New line, tab, tab. New line, tab. New line, tab, tab. New line, tab, tab, tab. New line, tab, tab, tab. New line, tab, tab, tab. New line. 1, 2, 3. 3 tabs. New line, tab, tab. Tab. Tab, tab, tab. New line, tab, 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 tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, new line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a lot of tabs. New line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. New line. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. New line. 1, 2, 3. New line. 2. New line. 1. New line. 1, 2. Oh, this is a lot. New line. 2 tabs. And this goes all the way to the end. Okay. Oofta. Okay. That is what this looks like, this directory. Now somehow we got 130 characters. 133 we're supposed to get? We're missing SKD at the beginning. I think that's what it is. Yeah, SKD doesn't have the / for some reason. No, we just got rid of it. Why did we get rid of it? What? Why did we pop that? Man. This code. It's bugged. Bugged up code, man. How did that happen? How did we end up? Whoa, messed up yelling. What am I yelling? How did that happen? We had somewhere we lost the thing. We had SKD. SKD is in front of everything. SLDKJF somehow. We had the ALSKJV. We're fine. SLDKJF. And somewhere we just lost this skd. Just disappeared. What happened? Lost those first 4 characters. slkdjf.sl. Excuse me? sldkjf. SLDK. 1 LSKJF KLSJ. So I think this one's what caused problems. Pop that, and we have this file. We weren't supposed to pop again. No. It's just at the top. Oh, that's probably why, because we didn't change the tab count, I think, something like that. That's very confusing. Maybe this should just always stay the same. I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to do with the tab counts. I'm pretty sure it's some issue with the tab counts. So we pop 1, this klsj.slkj. We have 1 less tab count. But then tab count should be exactly the same for this next one, slkd. skd 1, 2, 3 directories, and that should just be 2 directories. 1, 2, 3. We have 1 thing there. Then it should be. So we popped too many things here. Yeah. This was 1, 2 tabs. This was 3 tabs. This was 2 tabs here. So I think the issue is. I don't think it's supposed to be a +1 here. Yeah. I think it's the current tab count minus the previous tab count. What is this supposed to do? This is supposed to pop directories that we're done building. This, by the way, this question should be a lot easier. Like, this should be like a kind of, in theory, this should be kind of an easy question. Just like really struggling with it. Forgive me. I don't know why it's so hard for me. I think I just need more practice, or something. I don't even know. Probably should read the discussion. It should be kind of concise. Relatively easy. Stack-based kind of a problem. Wow, we're over like an hour on this problem now. Dang. We're an hour on the problem. Wow. Okay, alright. Anyway, so if our tab count is now smaller than the previous tab count, that difference is the number of times we want to pop. What does this do? skd 1, 2. Alright, we get the file. Excuse me, pop 1. Get that file. Get the next file. Nice. Now we're at the right spot. So that looks correct. Push that on. Get a file. Get another directory. Now, this is at the same tab level. If you're 0, let's see, that's interesting. Okay, that's a tricky thing. This, okay, so you could have a directory followed by another directory. Basically an empty directory. For the same tab count, this is 0. I think you do pop 1 even if this is 0. Yeah. Yeah, see that's the tricky thing. We push this on assuming the next thing is going to be have one more tab count. And oh, I see. Okay. Right. Whether or not we push something kind of matters. So we always push something that's a directory. But then if we have another directory and okay, see that's kind of interesting. That kind of matters. That kind of matters. Okay, let's do this. So if it's a file, is file, right? If it's a file, then I want to pop directories. If it's a file. Now the tricky thing here is we don't necessarily want to previous at the same level. And empty right, because we handle files and directories differently. We don't push the files. We do push directories assuming there's going to be something in that directory, like another directory and then a file. We don't really expect directories to come one after another. That was why we had this tab count going on here, because you have a bunch of directories in the same level that are empty. Okay. Oh, that's confusing. We really want to know if the previous item was a file or not. Was a directory. Doesn't really matter if this is a directory or not. It's the previous item a directory. And if the previous item was a directory and you're at the same level because we pushed that directory. Should we always push directories? I think so. I think we always push directories. Because we don't know ahead of time whether or not it's an empty directory or not. This is so annoying. This is so annoying. Okay. Previous is directory. I think it's always true. say it's false initially. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing though. Yeah, if previous tab count, if I is 0, I don't know, if previous is equal to tab count and previous is directory, then we're gonna pop. Empty directory case. Oh, oh boy. Great. Keep going. Keep going. So, all right. Look, we lose the. What happened? Okay, so close. So now our logic handles this case appropriately. These parts, skd, alsk, lskjf, file, down one directory, file, down directory, up a directory, file, file, directory handled nicely, file, directory, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 directories. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 directories. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. skd, lsl, dkjf, lsk, djf. 1, 2, 3, 4 is sdlk. 2, 3, 4, 5. No. It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. lsk, djf. We get file, another directory, another file, and then boom, back 2 directories. Right, back the file, back the directory, back another directory. So file, directory, yeah, and another directory. Okay, good. Back a directory, swap new directory, swap this to the new directory. Now this is wrong. No, man. It's so confusing, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, SDLFJLK. Okay, that pops, pushes LSDKJF. But this, we should pop actually 2 of these. This should be one down. So even though it's a previous directory, this tab count's different, right? LSDKJF is L, just like somewhere halfway in between, is it's actually 1, 2, 3 is the fourth item from the bottom. So we can kind of go 1, 2, 3, LSD, and KJF out, right? Those 2 tabs. Yeah. So now that's interesting because this is a tab count of 3, and this tab count of 2. So this should have been popped. Why didn't that get popped? Go figure. Go figure. Who knows why? Maybe I'm looking at the wrong part. No, I think I'm looking at the right part. It's right before the end here. Should be 1, 2, 3 only at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for some reason. 1, 2, 3, 4. We were here, we were fine. Up to here, we were okay. SLD, S, yeah, this one. Or no, oh, it's so confusing. I'm trying to figure out where we are. What happened? I think we got down to here, we were okay. This is this one. We popped file and a directory. Got down there. When this got pushed on though, I think we were not in the right spot. We were supposed to pop 2 things here also. Oh. I think if the previous thing is maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, okay. That's confusing as heck, but indeed. No, I don't know what happened down here. For some reason we popped SKD. What? What is going on here? How is this correct? What is happening? I don't know what's going on. I don't think this is right. Definitely does not seem correct. What is going on here? Oh, apparently it's right. No, this is wrong though. What's being printed down here doesn't make sense. No. Is that, maybe I got it wrong. Maybe this last item does have only, no, it's 2 tabs. No, man. No, man. Two tabs means it's got these two things in front. I am so confused. How? This does not make any sense. What is being printed here does not make sense to me. I don't want to say it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense to me. See this at the back? It's the bottom one. Oh, is that because of it's a new line to the end of the input? Maybe. I don't think so. I don't think that matters. This should take this and then is there a new line character here? Is that why this is printing like this? Does that have two new line characters? Is that why I'm losing my mind? No. It doesn't. Oh, maybe this is just printing it that way. For reasons that are beyond me. I think that might be a like a visual bug type of thing. Okay, I think we're okay. Brother, this is like a lot of... This is just a lot. Alright, let's go for it. Nice. Oh, it took forever. Talk about edge cases, man. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this. This is brutal. This is like, in theory, this would take 5 minutes. In practice, it took me like almost 2 hours. Or, no, I wouldn't say 2 hours, over an hour. Hour and 20 minutes, almost an hour and a half. This is painful. This is painful. Dude, this is brutal. So character by character. Use the input iterators. Use the iterators to do one more call at the end. And we just said if the character is a new line character, then we can process the input that we've gathered, a string stream. And then we're going to say if it's a file, we're going to check that. So check for a period, whether or not it's a file. Which, by the way, is not the way to check if something's a file in a real operating system. Real operating system would have files don't actually have the dots at the end. But in this case, we could use this, which is nice. And then I guess you could use a different boolean. There probably would be a way to check somehow on a real file system, but that's beside the point. String stream gets us a new directory. If our directories is not empty or stack is not empty, then we want to pop for the difference between the previous tab count and the current tab count, right? So this is sort of like all the files and directories that, really it's all the directories that have already been kind of filled. We don't need to pay attention to. And then we also want to make sure if our previous item was a directory and we're popping things, right? If we're popping things, and then we also want to pop for that directory that was basically an empty directory. So this basically handles the empty directories edge case. And yeah, that's greater than or equal to. We'll do that. So we do one extra for empty directories. And then now if there's no more directories, then we don't do this. But if there are, then we're gonna whatever's sitting at the top of the stack, that string, we're gonna get that string. And then after that, we're gonna update with our new item. If it's a file, then we're gonna update our return value. Otherwise, we're gonna push this directory onto the stack. And then we just check if the previous item, if that item is a file or not. So we have the previous item for the next step. Set up the previous tab count for the next step. Set the tab count to 0 because we're going to count the tabs later. And then update your string stream to empty it. So yes, this is like sort of set up next step. Set up for next item. Update stack and return value. And this is pop appropriate values from the stack. Retrieve the upper directory. Commented code, man. Commented code. There we go. Okay. We're doing so well. Okay. Nice. We're either better than only 16% or better than 100%. We're either with everybody else or with hardly anybody else. This is kind of an easy question. It's just, I don't know. I just call it easy, but I don't know. I've always kind of struggled with parsing things. It's a challenging thing, I guess. Oh, oh man, it's brutal. It's brutal. All right, I think that's it for me. So yeah, probably go to bed now. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's, like I said, that's it for me. I will talk to you soon. Have a good rest of your night. And yeah, I think today's Easter, so happy Easter. Let me double check that actually before I say that. Hold on, before we go. Is it Easter? Is it indeed Easter? Let's see. Sunday, April 4th. Oh, okay. So tomorrow's Easter. Tomorrow's Easter. All right, let me go. Okay. Take care.